All right, I think we are live. Rory, can you hear me?
Yes, I can. Thank you.
All right, good deal. This is Josh Gwynn. First of all, we want to say welcome, everybody, and thank you for checking out this webinar. We appreciate you spending time with us. We know that even though this live training is free, that your time is not free. Your time is very valuable. So we appreciate you spending it with us, and we're going to do the best that we can over the next hour to give you super actionable content, the best stuff we can give you over the next hour. And then, if you want to keep learning after that, we'll tell you where you can keep learning after that. But we're going to go ahead and get rolling here. So my name is Josh Gwynn, and my company is Redline Digital, which you should see my name and logo on the screen. I run a social media marketing and website design company, and we work with businesses to supercharge their social media marketing and their website traffic and leads and sales using social media marketing. My co-host, who graciously agreed to join me, is a good friend of mine and also a client of mine, Rory Breland, who is the broker owner of Blackstone Partners. Rory, did you want to say any more about your background?
Yeah, I'll do a quick intro. As Josh said, my name is Rory Breland. I am a broker owner. I am a producer. I have been now for 16 years. And to this day, I'm still a competing agent. So I'm right there with anybody that's probably listening to this webinar as far as having to develop leads and business. I do find myself quite often doing recruiting and training and trying to teach other people how to do the same thing. Blackstone is an independent brokerage here in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. We're in the Gulf South region. To speak a little bit of my background, I've done all of my business right here in the Gulf South, and I've done a little over 70 million in residential transactions over that time. So I've been around for a bit. I'll talk a little bit about our market. We're going to hear some examples of ads and leads and numbers and things like that. Our market is about 500,000 in population, our service area. There's about 2,500 realtors in this area, and our median sale price is 260,000. I know there's some huge ranges out there when you get into some of the larger metropolitan areas where this is a sliding scale. But just to give you a bit of background where we're coming from, the successes that we've had, and that's actually why I'm here today, is that we've turned around a number of things, made a lot of mistakes, did a lot of things the way that they should not be done, and Josh was a huge part of turning that around. We want to share with you the success and the effect that has had on our business, on our lead generation. And if you stick around to the end of this webinar, we're going to have for you what we've put together is our best steps, our quick start guide, we call it. It's going to be 3 pages of some steps that you can take to develop good ad copy, some email templates for you to use. You can put those to work right away. They're free for you. And I just want to share this, and hopefully it'll be the benefit to you as it has been for us.
Cool. So without further delay, we're going to jump into our screen share here. We put together a presentation for you. And let me know, Rory, can you see this?
Yep, you're good.
All right. Let me double check and make sure that. Let me jump back in and make sure I'm presenting to everyone. I know we ran into an issue with that. Present to everyone. Okay. Now, you got it?
Yep.
Okay, so we're going to view this on, we'll do full screen. Okay, so here's what you came here to learn. The 3 critical mistakes real estate agents make on Facebook and what to do instead to triple your leads from Facebook. And as we said, I introduced myself, Josh Gwynn. My company is Redline Digital Consulting. I am the founder of Redline Digital, and we consult with companies that range from startups to 300 million plus in revenue. I'm actually a licensed agent in Louisiana, a real estate agent. I've been a licensed real estate agent for 9 years. Spent about 5 years working in commercial property, sales and leasing. And I'm also an online instructor on social media marketing topics. And I've taught over 9,786 students as of this recording. So Rory introduced himself, and he was super pumped that he is coming on here with me to talk about the success we've had working with his brokerage. He is a 16-year industry veteran in real estate, He's the broker owner of Blackstone Partners. He's done over 70 million in real estate transactions. That's personally, right, Rory?
Yeah, that's correct.
70 million in real estate transactions personally. So Rory is definitely an expert in real estate. So here is what you came here to learn today, and here's what we want to make sure we cover. Number one, we're going to talk about 3 mistakes almost all agents make on Facebook. And these are ones that we see. These are mistakes that we see all the time. So we're going to share with you what those are. And if you're doing those, we definitely recommend stopping doing those. And we're going to show you what to do instead to triple your leads. And we're going to show you proof that that's actually worked for what Rory and I have been doing for his brokerage. So we'll show you the evidence of that. In the last 90 days, Facebook has generated over 100 leads for his business. So we're going to show you how we're doing that. We're going to show you a top performing Facebook ad that we had that generated over 100 or over 1,000 clicks to Rory's real estate website and over 80 leads from one ad. So we're going to show you that. And we're going to show you a template to use to guarantee your real estate Facebook page ranks in Google. So those are the things that we're going to cover. And we are going to give you a bonus for staying right to the end of the presentation. So if you stay right to the end, we're going to give you Rory's 30-day fast start guide, which is a fast start guide to get you let you hit the ground running doing this. It's going to show you how to convert leads into clients, how to convert those clients into sales, and it includes email templates that he's using in his business. So what we want you to know is that what we're telling you today is not theory, not just theory. It's what we're actually doing on a day-to-day basis to generate leads, and these are the actual emails that he's using to turn those leads into clients. So you can literally copy and paste those emails and change out your information. Unless you really want to promote his brokerage, you can change out the information and use those exact emails. So you're going to get that today just for staying till the end. We're going to tell you how to get that. So and I know the slide says without further rambling, but let me ramble just a little bit further. I want to tell you a little bit about how I got here and why I'm doing this, and a little bit about my story. I got licensed as a real estate agent in Baton Rouge, Louisiana in 2006. And I had a couple really good years in commercial real estate. And then 2008 happened, and everybody knows what happened in real estate in 2008. And pretty much the funding for commercial real estate, the lending from banks dried up. It wasn't that I was making no money, because I was still making money, but it wasn't as good as it was the previous 2 years. And it got super hard to do deals. Deals would drag on for months and months, and with commercial, the deals are even longer. And it got to the point where you get to the end of a deal that you've been working on for 6 or 8 months, and the banks would just decide, we don't want to lend on this. Underwriting would just decide, we're not doing that. And so it became extremely frustrating for somebody who is as impatient as me for when that scenario happened. So finally, after a couple of years, I threw my hands up in the air. I quit real estate, kept my license active, but quit real estate. And I was like, I have to go do something else. And I had a fitness franchise that I owned with a business partner. We sold that business, and I started a social media marketing company. Well, the third client I called on was a $600 million automotive group with 13 stores and over 700 employees. And they wanted me they had no social media marketing presence. And so I knew that joining that organization, I would learn a ton about social media marketing that I could apply to my own business. So I took the job. I went over there for a couple of years. And during that time period, they spent over 150 grand on Facebook ads alone while I was there. So I like to joke that I feel like I have an Ivy League education in Facebook advertising from that experience. And so the whole time I was over there, I kept thinking in the back of my mind, this stuff would be so perfect to do in real estate, because the purchase is a similar purchase. It's a large cost purchase to the customer. And so, as far as, so when you make a commission on that, it's a huge commission. It's a large chunk of income. And so it's similar to, marketing a car on Facebook, and the techniques are very, very similar. So I knew it would work. So when I left that company and started Redline Digital, one of the industries that I wanted to work in was real estate, and Rory was a broker that I knew beforehand from working in real estate. And he contacted me when we started working. We've been working together for about a year now. And we're going to show you some of the success we've had using Facebook ads for real estate. It's pretty phenomenal. So sorry for a little bit more rambling there. So we'll go ahead and jump into it. So the top 3 mistakes agents make on Facebook. Here they are. Number 1 is using only a personal Facebook page to market your business rather than a Facebook business page. This used to be okay. In fact, for a while, the only thing that Facebook had was personal pages, but now they have business pages. And then they used to let people advertise from personal pages, and then they cut that out. So now you can only advertise from a business page. And they've actually started terminating accounts where people were trying to use a personal page as a business page. In fact, Rory, didn't you get a page taken or an account taken from Facebook just recently for that?
Either that or I just can't find it anymore. I don't know which one it is. I have a feeling that's exactly what happened.
So the Facebook guys in black suits came and took Rory's personal page that he was trying to use for business away. So and that is happening. He's not the first instance of that I've heard. So if you're trying to use a personal page as your business, you're at risk for Facebook taking that and all of the work that you've put into that, and you just being left with nothing. So a business page will also allow you to run ads on Facebook, and we're going to show you some of the massive traffic that you can get from running ads on Facebook. So that's one mistake. That's the biggest one that I see. The second one is single property posts. And what this means is most of the agents that I see on Facebook will take their listing and they'll just post it into Facebook. So they'll copy the link to their MLS listing and they'll paste that into a Facebook post, and then they'll add some text from that, usually copy and paste the text that they use to describe it in MLS. Well, that's okay, but what happens in that scenario is if somebody is not interested in that specific property or that specific neighborhood or that specific zip code, then they are not going to give that a second look. They're just going to scroll through their news feed, and you haven't been a resource to them. Best case scenario, you haven't been a resource. Worst case scenario, they get annoyed because they feel like they're seeing so many advertisements in their news feed, and it really hasn't done you any good. So we're going to talk about how to do a list post and what that means and why it's so much more effective. We're going to show you proof of it being so much more effective. And then the third one is weak ad copy. And Rory, did you want to speak to this?
Yeah, I would ask, I think you have Dawn's page or one of those sample pages there to show these first two. I'll just like seeing you go through it. I learn something every time you do this.
Okay, cool. Yeah, you want to go ahead and pull that up?
Yeah.
All right. So we're going to give an example here, and we're not picking on this agent because she's doing some things that are good. We're going to point out some things that she could do that are a lot better. And so the first thing that you notice is she's using a Facebook business page. She's not using a personal page. And the difference that you'll see is if it were a personal page, instead of this like button right here, you would see something that says add friend. So Facebook business pages allow people to follow the business page, but personal pages, you have to connect with them. And so that is, one of the differences, the distinctions between a business page and a personal page. Now, another thing that I wanted to point out that she's doing well is she used her name and realtor right here as the title of her page. And the category that she selected was real estate agent. And a lot of agents I see will try to use their company name in here. So, if she said Dawn Perry Pennant Real Estate, that would be an example of what I'm talking about. And the downside of that is Facebook doesn't allow you to change the name of your page more than once. So if you switched, and they may not even allow it to happen once anymore, I'm not sure, but if you change your company more than once, then you have to start over with a page. So I recommend that you title your Facebook business page your name real estate or your name realtor and go with it from there, and then use this cover photo area to promote your company, because you can change this cover photo an infinite number of times. And if you switched companies, then all she has to do is go in and put up a new banner here with the new company. So those are a couple of things that she's doing really well. Now we're going to jump into something that that can be improved upon. So here's a post for a property that she has. I'm gonna pull it up so you can see it full screen. Now, this is what when we talk about doing a single property post. That is this is an example of what that is. So she posted this listing, which is a beautiful house. It's probably a very expensive house, and it's probably a listing of hers. Now, and this is a desirable area. The problem with this is if somebody is not interested, they don't like the look of this specific house, anything about it. If they think this roof is too flat or they don't like this ironwork on the second floor, then they're not going to give this house a second look. If they don't like this zip code or don't want to live in this subdivision or don't like the fact that it's not gated, they are not going to give this property a second look. And at best case scenario, you have not made any memorable impression on them. Worst case scenario, they're annoyed because they didn't want to look at this in their news feed. So what is far better to do is what we're going to show you in a second, which is called a list post. And an example of that is where you would pull properties if you wanted to market this particular subdivision, Pelican Point Golf Club, which is actually a high demand subdivision in this town. Then the list post will take all of the properties or a select number of the properties that are for sale in that subdivision and post a link to a list that's on your website. And so we're going to show you an example of that on another post. But I want to point out one other thing. On this post, she did a great job of using a professional photo. So if you're not using professional photos, that is something that you can do right away that will turn around the way your properties appear on post. Professional photos that are beautiful like this and have blue skies will capture attention of potential buyers way more than a picture that's taken with an iPhone or something like that. So definitely use professional photos, but also you want to include a phone number and a link to your website in every post that you do. This post here, there's no phone number and there's no link to her website. So if somebody wanted to contact her about this house, they have no way from this post to get in touch with her. Now, that's okay if you're just promoting it, the property to your friends, and that's all the people that are seeing it. But if you're promoting it on a business page and you're promoting it outside of your circle of influence, which is critical, then you need to have contact information in that post. So, Rory, did you want to add anything to that?
No, that's right on. The phone number is a huge contributor to that. We've had success just from phone calls directly from the post content there. So it goes without saying that we're hired to market these properties, and we know our clients want to see it. And a post like this, it looks nice, but it's more designed for some engagement online, for someone to say, "Ooh, nice, pretty, I love it." But that's not really what you're looking for. You're looking to become a resource to people and to stand out. And I'll talk about that a bit in terms of ad copy. But no, this is a great analysis of this post.
Well, and Rory is very modest. He's not going to brag on himself at all, so I'm going to brag on him. But we did a post where one of the subdivisions that's in high demand, and also one of the features all luxury homes in our town, is the Country Club of Louisiana, and we did a post in there for the homes that were for sale in that subdivision. And put a link back to Rory's website with the list of those homes as well as his phone number. And he had somebody contact him directly from that Facebook ad who told him that he contacted him from the Facebook ad that was not interested in that particular house or the list of properties that were available, but that he wanted to see. Wasn't it an $800,000 house, Rory? Is that?
It was someone who I did not know until that day, where they saw the post and felt like we were a resource for where they wanted to be, and we found ourselves that afternoon, standing inside of an $800,000 home.
So that is a prime example of how, if done right, Facebook ads, if you have a marketing system in place for what you're doing with your ads, you can generate huge numbers. I mean, we're talking about a $20,000+ commission on that type of deal for running an ad that is just a little bit different. We're not talking about drastic changes from what other people are doing, but it's changes that are drastic to your business that make you stand out significantly. So I'm going to jump in now to Rory's page. This is Blackstone Partners Facebook page. And I'm going to show you an example of a post that we did. This is one of the posts that we did that was a top performing ad for us. So I'll pull this up full screen. So this is when we talk about a list post, this can be done in a number of ways. You can do lists of houses for sale in a specific neighborhood. You could do lists of properties with swimming pools if that was in high demand in your area. One of the ones we've had tremendous success with is doing price reductions. So homes that have had recent price reductions in Baton Rouge. So here is an example of that post. Notice we also used a professional photograph. In fact, this is not even one of Rory's listings. So this is one of the properties that is in that 13 price reduction, but this was the picture that they posted on MLS Box or Zillow or one of those areas. So when you look at this, you see over here the description: price reductions in Baton Rouge. Here are 13 top price reductions in the Baton Rouge real estate market. Want to know about price reductions in your market? Contact Rory at his number or see all price reductions here. And a link back to his website. So when I talk about the anatomy of a perfect Facebook post, and what that includes is a very eye-catching photograph, very strong ad copy with a call to action. So you either contact Rory with a number, or you go to the link to this website. So it has all of those components. And it also, if you think about what this does to a prospective buyer, somebody who's looking at this post, if somebody is interested in the real estate market and even like close to the buying point, or even close to the point where they start looking for a property and they see this post, chances are they have a lot higher level of potential of being interested in the 13 top price reductions than they do in a single property in a single neighborhood. So the chances that they click through this ad is a lot higher. And in fact, we've had over 1,000 people click this link to go to Rory's website. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. And I'm going to show you his website from here. So this is what happens when somebody clicks this ad. So it takes you to Rory's website, so Blackstone Partners website, and it gives you the list of those. It was 13 homes in the ad, but so obviously one of them either sold or got taken off the market. So the person can then search through that list of 13 properties and see which ones have had price reductions. And so maybe they click into this one and they want to get more information on it. And then they realize maybe it's only a 3-bedroom, 3-bath. But what happens is when they click enough into his website, this lead form pops up and it prompts them to create an account and sign in with Facebook. And it basically, at that point, they become a lead that Rory can follow up with and start the follow-up process. So that is the important distinction between doing a single property post and a list post that links back to your website. So that's one of the biggest things that you can do today that will generate you results today, is by switching from a single post mentality to the list post mentality. So Rory, do you have anything you want to add to that?
No, that's great, Josh. You know, I'll tell you the number of people that would actually register at that site when we would do a single property post was far less. I think people viewed it as less of a resource. Here's a home for sale. If I click here, I'll learn some details about it. Yeah, I don't see enough to warrant me logging in here. However, on our list posts, I think people view that way more as a resource. So they think that it's way more worth their time to take there, to create a login, and to also sign up to receive alerts beyond that. We've seen, I'm going to say it's more than twice of the registrants from that. And I think that's just indicative of the fact that those posts are much more valuable information, and they're different. And so, no, that's all I was going to add to that. I will talk a bit about some ad content when we get to that stage.
Cool. Yeah. Another thing I wanted y'all to notice about this this business page is the number of people that, if you see over here, the number of people that we have reached on Facebook this week alone is over 35,000 people, almost 36,000 people. And if you think about that, when you use a personal Facebook page, you know, even if you had a tremendous number of friends, like let's say you had 1,500 friends on Facebook, most people don't have a few hundred. but let's say you had 1,500. If you post something, your post is only going to reach a small fraction of the number of people that you're friends with, because Facebook has started in their the way they show posts is they show content to people who you interact with on a regular basis. So people that you don't interact with are not even going to see your content in their news feed anymore, because there's so much information in news feeds. So even if you had 1,500 friends and you posted your listing, you may get it in front of a couple hundred people. Whereas this week, we've reached 35, almost 36,000 people, and these are targeted people. So we set these ads up to be targeted to a specific age and demographic and other lifestyle factors that would make people prime candidates to be real estate buyers. And so if you notice this post right here, this post that we just showed you reached by itself 17,506 people. And if you look at this, of those 17,506 people, only 193 of them were organic, which that's the kind of reach you get if you were to post this on a personal page rather than a Facebook business page. Now, again, I'm not saying don't use your personal page, because that is certainly a network of influence that you have of people that already know you and are warm market, leads to you. But when you can reach 193 people on a personal page versus 17,500 on a business page, that makes it hugely more valuable to you to use a business page. So that is an example of that. Rory, did you anything you want to add to that?
No, that's good. We can use that as a segue into the third critical mistake there, which I don't know if you've already mentioned that, Josh, but it's
ad copy.
Ad copy.
Ad copy.
Yes. Yeah, I'm gonna take a minute and talk about ad copy. Something that we have to redefine when you begin marketing on Facebook for the purpose of generating leads versus marketing a property that you were hired to list. Certainly, we're not saying don't put a single post for a property that you've listed or you want to just share. The owners want to see it there. They want to see all of this content there. I'll say that the ad copy that's weak typically has too much of it. It probably is very feature rich, trying to mention everything about the home in there. I think this comes about because we try and copy and paste or duplicate or reuse ad copy that we wrote for other reasons. So if you were inputting it into MLS, or if you were inputting into Zillow or Trulia, a personal website, making a flyer, getting ready for an open house, or whatever it may be, we tend to write this one time and then copy and paste it. And we think that the longer that it is and the more features that are written there, the better that it is. And that's actually weak content. Think of the reason and the purpose of this post when it comes to lead generation. One main thing that we train our agents on is to brand yourself with the post. So for example, if you want to break into a new market, a lot of times those seem impenetrable. There's an agent who works that neighborhood. There's a certain brokerage that handles that side of town. There's a certain price range you're trying to get into, and you're trying to identify, what am I going to do to capture that particular group's attention? And this is the reason for your ad copy. So whether it's doing a recurring post in a certain neighborhood, we've had great success with that. So you choose a neighborhood that you want to be a go-to resource for. When you begin to post on a recurring basis, the new listing or the price reductions or the top 3 listings within a certain neighborhood, and you have some paid for ads going on, you're going to quickly brand yourself as a go-to resource for that. And it's just what we consider some scrubbed down content. As we mentioned before, there's a quick start guide you're going to get. We're going to walk through some of these steps with you in that guide. You'll get that upon completion today. And it's going to really touch on this that we're talking about. So what I wanted to do is, Josh, I don't know if it's possible for me to share my screen. I wanted to point out a few numbers, some of the effects we've had on this.
Let me jump back. I think we're back in the live screen. So so go ahead and if you want to share yours.
Yeah, can everybody see that?
I'm good. I can see it, man.
Okay, good. So the tools that we're using here is one, you'll have an IDX feed or a broker exchange feed that's likely available from your local board of realtors. There's a number of these that are out there. They all seem to work very similar. That's what we're using here. And you'll need a place to drive the ads to. There's a number of vendors and resources for that. Boomtown, Realty Juggler, Market Leader. Your MLS may have some sort of landing site for you there, or you may just make a single landing page. But we've got ways to make all of them effective. What I was going to show you here is just some account that we are looking at today on this site that we're using, and we're currently serving a little over 3,900 contacts that we have sitting in this database. And when a lead comes in and begins to ask for updates or ongoing information from us, and we establish that personal contact, we consider them to be converted then. In today's market, information is available everywhere, so you must capture their attention early on, and then you have to keep up with them and be an ongoing resource, or they'll just go to one of the other many places that are out there online or a relationship that they have and go to a realtor. So it's important that you stand out. We find this to be the best way to establish contact with our clients, our leads, and turn them into clients. We're going to give you some good email scripts to help accomplish that too. Let me look at some analytics real quick, just to show the performance of the ads that we're running through Facebook and these list posts. Let me give this a second to load up. So we're going to go to our referral links here, which are the links that are driving people to our site and creating visitors and leads. And I'm just going to go 90 days here. What I'm going to point out is, one, we have a tremendous volume of visitors that are landing on this site over that time frame. We've got a couple of hundred leads that have come in. But pay attention to this. The top 10 referral links to our website have 5 Facebook ads within them. Without a doubt, this is our largest contributor to our lead volume. Anytime I think of the word paying and ads and leads, I'm always thinking of dollar amounts, because I'm often contacted by other online platforms who want to sell me leads, sell me some space, some zip codes, and so forth, that are going to take the place of this. And I've done a lot of it. And we've spent a tremendous amount of money to third-party vendors through Google Ads, loads of places. And many of them can still be good. But for the dollar amount that we pay, just for you to have an idea, our recurring Facebook budget on a monthly basis is about $300 for the ads that we run there. So not only are they highly effective, but the cost per lead is way less than what we have paid previously. So we're saving dollars there. And I'll also say that the quality of the lead is tremendously higher just from being able to pinpoint someone with the scrub down content that we're showing them. So again, if it's golf course properties, we had tons of traffic from that this past summer. Weather was nice, and we said, hey, let's find the 8 best homes on the golf course and post them. And that just that worked fantastic. So there's a number of things that you can come up with that are unique content. It's going to brand you, maybe to establish yourself in a new market, get into a new price range. But this is without a doubt the best way to do that quickly, to do it effectively and efficiently, and also economically. The cost to do this is not compared to other things that we pay for as real estate agents and brokers. This is nothing. This is a no-brainer for us. So, Josh, I don't know if I'm covering everything there. This is definitely what I attribute our success to this. We looked back last year, year over year, at the same data, and it was incredible. We're over twice our lead generation, and I will say those leads are definitely of higher price ranges and of higher quality. So not even able to fully quantify that yet, since many of them are still in our database, but it's exciting to see. And like I said, I attribute so much of this to the methodology that you're applying here.
Well, let me point out too that if you look at the top 5 referring sources of traffic, which basically what that means in internet marketing speak is these are sites that are referring visitors and potential customers to Rory's site. And out of the top 10, 5 of them are Facebook, including the top 2. And if you look at the number of leads that resulted from even those top 2, you're talking about almost 100 leads just from those top 2, which are both Facebook, just in the last 90 days, in the last 3 months. So it's a significant boost in leads as well as website traffic. And we have another chart that we probably don't have handy, but that shows that Rory's website traffic from June of 2014 to July of 2014 went up by 164%. So it more than doubled traffic that he was getting. And the only difference in what we were doing in terms of marketing was in June of 2014, we weren't using Facebook. In June of 2015, we were. So that one thing is a tremendous impact. So definitely.
Josh, I'm going to stop sharing this screen and allow you to get back into your slideshows. That's okay.
Cool. All right. Let's see. Let me jump back into sharing my screen. Give me 1 second. All right. It'll take me a second to get myself together here, and then we're going to jump back into this. Sorry. All right. So I think we're good. All right. So let's make sure we can see my screen. Rory, can you see my screen?
Yep, I sure can.
Let me jump back and check something. Present to everyone. Okay. So now you should be able to see it. You good?
Yep.
Okay. So we talked about the top 3 mistakes. The main takeaway that we want you to have from this training today is that what is important is to have a marketing system. Almost all of the real estate agents in our market, and probably you can relate in your market, they have a spray and pray marketing system when it comes to social media, where they just put a listing out there immediately, and that's what they do, and then they hope somebody finds it. But having a marketing system that is effective, and we just showed you how effective this is, that is repeatable, and that sets you apart, because everybody, there's so much content on social media and everybody kind of looks the same. Everybody's marketing their business. And if you can do something that sets you apart and makes you a resource, you are going to have huge success and create a competitive advantage in your market to be able to do this and get leads and get clients and make money where other people are not able to, and still feel like Facebook ads and Facebook and social media marketing is just a pain in the ass. So make sure that you have a marketing system, and test us on this. Go out and try doing a list post. If you don't have a Facebook business page set up, go out and set one up. We'll show you a resource at the end of this to where you can learn how to do this. But if you have a Facebook business page, go out and try this. Set up a list post for your market. Use the most popular neighborhood in your market and set up a basic Facebook ad and see what you get from it. And then you can email us back. I mean, if you want to email me, I give my personal email out on these trainings. It's joshquinn@gmail.com. If you tell me how you did with this and what kind of results you got and how many people saw your ad and clicked on it. So if you don't do this, you're leaving money on the table. There's no question about it. If somebody in your market starts doing this, and there may already be 1 or 2, but I can guarantee there's not going to be, it's going to be very few. If you're not doing this, you're leaving money on the table. It's a huge opportunity right now. So, and what we want you to remember, this is not theory. What we're doing is literally what we're doing every day in Rory's business to drive results. I'm doing similar things for other clients in industries not in real estate, and it works there too. But it works so effectively in real estate because the dollar amount on the purchase and the dollar amount of the commission is so big that the return on investment is huge. So we literally more than doubled Rory's leads and traffic from last year. And we are dominating our market on Facebook. There are other agents in the market that are high producing agents that don't even hold a candle to what we're doing in terms of the visibility and the traffic and the leads that we're generating from this medium. So, what is this? What is this training all about, or what is this all about? It's about having a marketing system that uses Facebook is about getting more leads with less headache. A lot of people think Facebook ads are a pain in the ass. They're a pain in the ass if you don't know how to use them. If you know how to use them, they become your business. It's about getting more customers so your pipeline does not dry up. And that was one of the things that when I was in real estate, that's essentially what happened in about 2008 to 2010 was, it just dried up. And I told Rory this, and I told other people this. If I had this system and knew what I know now, I would have never left real estate. If you have aspirations, if you're trying to get more sales and be a top producer, you need a system that works. We're not doing anything that is not replicatable. You can do anything that we're doing. It's a system. It's not that we're really good. It's just the system is really good. So, we're not sure why you showed up here today. Maybe you're not doing Facebook ads at this point. You haven't tried it. You don't understand them. You just or have had just haven't taken the time to learn it. Maybe you're doing Facebook marketing and it isn't working, and you feel like it's a big pain in the ass. And I know a lot of people that I've talked to that have told me that. Or maybe you are doing Facebook ads and you just want to supercharge how it's working. No matter what scenario you're in, we can show you how to do that. We have a solution to help you do that, and a system to help you do that. And there's really two ways to get the results that you're looking for. The first one is the slow way, which is the way that I did it, which is represented by this rickshaw-looking tricycle in the background. This is the trial and error way. This is a super costly way to do this. This involves going to work. For me, it involved going to work for another company for 2 years, them spending $150,000 on my education to learn how to do this, and me trying a bunch of things and learning what works. That's not the way I recommend doing it. I wouldn't do it like that now. So that's the slow way. And then there is the fast way. The fast way, you save time, you save money, and you make money, and you get results. And the fast way is having a system in place that's proven, that works. So here's what we have for you. Rory and I have been working on a Facebook ads training course for realtors, and we're going to talk to you a little bit about that now. It's called Facebook Ads for Real Estate Agents. We know it's a super brainstorm, light bulb title there, but it is a complete course on how to use the system that we're using to generate traffic and leads and clients for your business. It is our exact blueprint to make you a Facebook ads expert. It is the fastest way that I know to get you from point A to point B. So to get you from where you're at now to using leads, to using Facebook ads to generate more leads and sales. It's an online training course. The objective is to take you from beginner to expert in not only using Facebook ads to generate leads and clients, but in converting those leads to customers. So, and Rory's going to talk a little bit about that coming up here. But what's included in the course? So, included in the course are 30 training modules. Almost all of those training modules are full HD video, which means that you literally watch over my shoulder and look at the screen of my computer like you're doing now, and watch exactly. I show you exactly how to set these things up, how to set up your Facebook business page correctly the first time, or if you already have a business page, I show you, give you a description and a template to make sure that it ranks on the first page of Google. Each of those videos has a full Q&A discussion with each lecture. So if you have a question about something, we will answer the question. You just type it in and ask it, and we answer it. It also includes, Rory is creating a live training on converting leads into customers. So this is what he trains his agents in his office on, and on how to convert leads to customers. So he's going to be doing that training live. So when you get this course, you're going to get free access to his live training, which is coming up in the next couple of weeks. And if you're not able to make the live training, we're actually also going to include a recording of the live training in the course. So you will get one way or another, you will get access to the live training. So it also includes, the Facebook ads course also includes 2 live hour-long Q&A sessions with Rory and myself, where we're going to get on in a format similar to this, and we're going to let you ask us questions, and we're going to answer those questions in a live format. So it's the idea for this course is that it's a 30-day class, a 30-day master class. So now, when you get the course today, you will get access to everything. But and we know some people will take the full thing in 2 days, which is how I would do it if it were me, because I'm really impatient. But we had it in mind for it to be a 30-day class to where you can do a lecture a day and then go and implement those things in your business. And that's why we're doing the 2 live Q&A sessions, probably at week 2 and week 4. So you can try some of these things and then come with questions. And we're actually going to put those questions, we're going to record those sessions as well, and we're going to add them to the course. So even if you couldn't make those live Q&A sessions, you're still going to get access to them. So what do you get? The specific content of the course. So I'm going to go through a little bit about specifically what's in the course. So I'm going to show you how to set up your Facebook business page for real estate. Even if you don't have one, show you from scratch how to set it up. If you have one, we're going to give you a description template that you can copy and paste to make sure that your page, your Facebook page, ranks on the first page of Google. I'm going to show you an easy way to get an amazing looking Facebook cover photo. So if you remember that Facebook cover photo that we showed an example of on Rory's website, I'm going to show you an easy way to get that done for free for your Facebook page. You are going to get, I'm going to show you exactly how to set up your Facebook post so that you start getting leads immediately. So this is not something that, you're going to do and it takes 6 months to realize any results. We're going to show you how to do this to where you can do this. You can start at setting up these Facebook posts the correct way today. We talked a little bit about it in the webinar about setting up list posts. We're going to show you specifically how to do that and how to set up a perfect Facebook post. I'm going to show you how to set up your first Facebook ad, your first paid ad, in about 10 minutes. And what this ad is designed to do is to test your market and determine what's going to work in your market. So the first one that you're going to set up is going to be fairly simple, and you're going to monitor. I'm going to show you exactly how to monitor the progress of this ad to maximize your lead. So you're going to monitor the progress of this ad over the next week, and then I'm going to show you how to set up a ongoing ad that generates a lead pipeline. We're going to show you on your website on your real estate website specifically what you need to generate tons of customer leads. So there's some very specific things that you need to have to be able to generate a ton of customer leads. I'm also going to show you how to make this work even if you don't have a website. I think most agents out there have a website, but if you don't have a website, or if you don't have a website that you're happy with or feel like is very effective, I'm going to show you an option for how you can create a lead page, or basically a landing page where a customer can go and submit you their lead information so you can start the follow-up process with them. And then I'm going to show you how to set up some ongoing Facebook ads once you've tested what works in your market to create a lead pipeline so you constantly have new leads coming in that you can start that follow-up process with. Also, I'm going to show you how to create an HD video for your listing for free. So high definition video is something that is super eye-catching and super popular on Facebook right now because of the way Facebook displays HD video. So I'm going to show you how to set up an ad like this that you can do for free, and how to upload it into Facebook and create a video post to get you maximum visibility. And this is something that we did on Rory's page. We did a video post and Facebook ad for an open house. So we're going to show you how to set up a highly effective open house ad in Facebook. And that open house, Rory called me on a Friday and had the open house on a Sunday and said, we need to do something to market this. And so we set this ad up 2 days before the open house. And I think we ended up reaching with that ad, I think it was 13,000 people in the market. I don't know, I have the stats in the course, how many people we reached on that ad. But that ad generated that property going under contract within 2 days of the open house. And then didn't y'all generate a couple of additional buyer clients from that, Rory?
Yeah, you know what was so effective about that, Josh, was that they actually viewed the video that we used online as a very compelling factor in choosing us to market their home. So we had a buyer who came in and bought that subject property. Someone else who came in and said, yeah, they didn't particularly want that property, but for seeing how we had marketed it with that video, said, we're going to put our home up for sale. We're going to find another home, but we want you to sell ours, because they were so taken back by how effective that was and how it looked, and they saw it on Facebook is where they initiated from. So the collective volume from those three transactions approaches $2 million, which whatever market you're in, that's significant to point back specifically to a single ad method. So yeah, that was a very convincing thing for us to know that we were on the right track and doing the right things.
Yeah, that's not too bad for an ad that cost about $100 to generate $2 million in transactions. I'd say that's pretty good. 60 grand in commission ish.
Yeah.
So yeah, not bad. I told you, but Rory's pretty modest. He won't. He just says that like it's not really anything. So what you get in the course is you're going to see our top 5 most effective Facebook ads at generating leads. So we're going to show you exactly what those were. Screenshots of the ads and everything. So we're going to show you what those were, show you what like the specific stats on how many people they reach, what they cost, etc. So you'll know exactly how to do that. We are going to give you a quick start guide. We told you about that to get you results from day one, to go ahead and get you started. And this is kind of a pre-sale, so that we're still working on the parts of this course, like specifically Rory's live training and the live Q&A sections. Those will be added to this course as recordings after they're done. So this is kind of still in its its pre-launch stages. So we're going to continue. Rory and I's plan is to continue adding new lectures and new content and new information to this course. And what you get today when you get the course is you get all of those future updates included for free. So you don't ever have to pay for any future updates to this course. Whereas in the future, the plan is to make it a monthly membership to get in this course because we're going to continue updating it with new things as we find more effective ads and things that work. So you get all that. Then you get bonuses. You get the 2 live Q&A sessions, hour-long Q&A sessions with Rory and myself, where you can ask any questions, and we'll tell you what's working. We'll give you the best information we can as far as answering your questions if you have them, if you run into them. This is something that Rory does not even do this type of consulting, to my knowledge, on a normal basis. And when I do social media consulting with a client that just is one-off consulting, I charge $150 an hour. So when we say $300 value, that's probably estimating it pretty conservatively. You're also, as a bonus, going to get Rory's live training on how to convert leads to customers, which is a $297 value. And this is the actual training that Rory is doing on a regular basis for his agents in his office. So again, none of this is theory. This is what we're using on a day-to-day basis to make these results happen. And for the people that watch this webinar and get this course today, this bundle, you're going to get these bonuses. Now, people that buy it in the future, they will not necessarily get the live version of this because they're going to get a recorded version that we're going to add to the course after the live event. You will get access to the live event when you get it today. So anyway, so those are the 2 bonuses that you get. The total value of what you get, so you get the Facebook ads for agents 30-day training course, which is a $397 value. You get Rory's live lead conversion training, which is a $297 value. You get 2 live Q&A sessions with us, with Rory and myself, and that's a $300 value. You get a quick start guide and templates for your social media to make sure it ranks in Google on page 1, $197 value. The total value of the bundle that you're getting today is $1,191. And we put together a special bundle price for the people that are on this live training. And so the price, you're getting $1,191 in value today for only, and I have in my mind a drum roll right here, but Rory has not done the drum roll on any of this. So
I'm sorry I missed that.
he hadn't helped me out with it. So you get $1,191 in value, and you get it for $397. So you get all of these things for $397 today. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to jump back out of the screen, and I'm going to show you how to get this. So let me stop sharing and jump back in here. Okay. So if you are looking at your screen, I'm going to go ahead and set in a, I'm going to go ahead and add this. Let's see. Oop, I think I just subtracted it. All right, Rory, tell me when you can see this, this course and image and button over on the right side. So what you're looking at on the right side of your screen.
There it is.
Okay, so you can see that? All right, so hopefully y'all can see that. And if you don't see this on the right side of your screen and you're watching this video at some point in the future, this recording at some point in the future as a recorded training, look for a button below this or on the right side of it that says get the course or something to that effect. But for right now, over here, you see get the Facebook ads course plus the live bonuses, and there's a button below it that says get the course. If you click on that button, what it's going to do, it's going to take you into the shopping cart, which, Rory, I guess you can't see that, huh? I need to share my screen to see that.
There you go.
All right, let me share my screen and show you that. So I want everybody to be able to see that. All right. See where that is.
Josh, while you're doing that, I just want to point out a couple things that that I feel are applicable here, if that's okay. Can you hear me?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Of course, it's okay.
As we're always training agents, and you've got this whole range of people, maybe within a certain office, from brand new to a seasoned agent, and it's hard to find a real methodology that is applicable to everybody. Sometimes a more seasoned agent is more comfortable taking on a certain type of marketing approach. Sometimes a brand new agent who may be a bit more fearful or fearless, it affects what we teach them and train them in doing. But I'm going to say that of everything that we introduce to agents, this applies across the board. So if I take a brand new agent and teach them how to do this, they're effective immediately. If you have a seasoned agent or someone who maybe does their own Facebook ads already, if you're spending your time doing this, then you need that time to produce a maximum amount for you, because you really need to be selling property. So increasing your efficiency and your lead generation there is key. So take this on and learn that and become a master at it. You may be someone who already has an assistant and you've delegated this to someone. I have been guilty of this mistake, and that is assuming that because an administrator spends a lot of time on Facebook, they must be good at Facebook. When in fact, this is a completely different thing. That person needs to be trained. So if you delegated this to someone on your team or on your staff, or you're a broker and you're trying to train an administrator in your office to do this, this is a fantastic course to get them caught up and to save you the trouble of trying to learn it yourself and then train them. So it applies across the board. Brand new agents, seasoned agents who are spending their own time doing this and going through this effort, as well as team leaders, brokers, or seasoned agents that have administrators that they've delegated this off to. Either way, I see that the cost of this, and I think of the number of things that we have paid for in the past, or that we still pay for, that cost a multiple of that, whether that's from business cards to billboards or exposure in a magazine or paper ad somewhere, and there is no response capability to it. There's no way to measure the quality of the money that's being spent on that ad. And so this is just you can't go wrong with it. And we intend to continue to do this and to multiply our effort. And I'm sure we will continue to drop other advertising avenues that we use and apply those dollars more and more here, which you've already done to great success.
Cool. Yeah, I totally agree with all that. Surprisingly, we don't always agree on everything, man. So look, I want to show everybody a couple of things. Number one, what the screen looks like when you click this get the course button to check out. So you'd see it over on the right side of the screen, and this checkout button, it may look a little bit different in the future. I'm going to show you how to do it right now. Let me share the screen with you here. So you click the orange get the course button, and you go into a screen that looks like this. Rory, can you see that?
Yep, see it perfectly.
Okay, so this is what the screen looks like. You see the Facebook ads for real estate course. You see our logo and the course. You just go ahead and click add it to your cart, and then it's going to show your order. I accidentally have 2 in there because I tested this earlier. So if you click it to 1, then I'm going to refresh here. So you go into the checkout here, and then you click checkout, and it's going to give you the option. You're going to need to put in your customer information and then click next, and it's going to take you to the screen where you can check out for this course, and you can use PayPal, or you can use any of these credit cards to check out. So once you do that, you will get an email with instructions for how to access the live course. And again, if you're watching this at some point in the future, this checkout may look slightly different. This is kind of again a pre-launch special spot here, because chances are in the future the price is going to go up on this course as we add more to it and we add these live trainings to it. So if you get it now, this is a special deal for people who watch this webinar and live, and this is it right here. So let me go ahead and I'm going to jump back in and show you something else. Rory, can you see my screen now? What do you see on my screen?
I'm still seeing the Facebook ads order page.
Okay, let me jump back out of this then. I'll stop sharing. Go back out to me. All right, so let me jump in, and I'm going to share another screen with you. I want to show you what the inside of the course looks like. So, all right, this should work. And let's see. So here, Rory, can you see that?
Yep, there it is.
Okay, so here's what the inside of the course looks like. So Facebook ads for real estate agents. When you're in here and you logged in, you see all of the lectures are in order that we kind of set up for how to take the course start from beginner and go to advanced. If you click into any particular lecture, you're going to have an HD video that'll probably start playing automatic. And so I'm gonna pause it. Okay, so this starts playing automatically, and you go through the course. If you have any comments, there's comments down here. You can leave comments in the discussion section, which we will do our best to answer in a timely manner. And when you go through a particular section of the course, you can click complete and continue, and it'll bring you to the next lecture, and it will automatically start on that lecture. And then you can see it will track your progress as you go through it. So you can, if you stop and come back to it, you don't have to watch it all at once. We have the idea is that it's a 30-day course. So anyway, and you can also go into this little cog right here, and it'll give you the ability to turn off that autoplay and autocomplete. And there's some options for that. So anyway, that's the course dashboard. And then also we have some downloadable templates. We talked about the fast start checklist. So if it's a fast start checklist like this and it's a PDF document, it will look like this. So the PDF will actually be open in your screen, and you can scroll through the PDF document, and you can also download it. So it's down here to download. So that's kind of what the course dashboard looks like. That's what it's going to look like once you get in there. Again, depending on when you get this course, the checkout make it look a little bit different. So depending on where you click the button from. Right now it's over on the right side of your screen. I'm gonna stop sharing this, and let's see, jump back into this. Are you seeing me again, Rory?
Yep, I got you.
Okay. So anybody wants to get the course, I am not a high pressure salesperson at all. So if you want to get the course, go ahead and click the button that says get the course, and go ahead and get it. And we look forward to seeing you in it, and you will get access to the live trainings, or at least the recorded version of the live trainings, and the live Q&A sessions too. So Rory, do you have anything you want to add, man?
No, thanks for having me, and thank you for the results. I say that for everybody here at our office. We greatly appreciate the impact this is having, and we're looking forward to doing it a whole lot more. So
yeah, man, I've been enjoying it. I'm excited about the future and what it holds, and going forward with this, because it's been working pretty awesome. So we almost forgot to do the quick start giveaway. If you stayed to this point in the course, the quick start giveaway is something that we will email to you. So we will email that directly to you, the quick start guide that we showed you. So no worries. If you registered for the course, make sure you signed in with your email address so we have you on our email list, and you will get access to the quick start guide. We'll email it to you within a day or so of completing the course. I think is probably when you'll get it. If you didn't get it or stayed here and did not get it, did not see an email from us, email me at joshgwynn@gmail.com, and I will make sure I forward it over to you. So anyway, want to thank everybody for taking the time. Again, I know your time is super valuable and not free, even though this training was free. We hope you get the course. We definitely want to see you in there and to teach you this system. It works amazingly well. And so anyway, we appreciate it. And thanks again. Thanks, Rory, for being a co-host, man. I really appreciate your time.
You got it. My pleasure.
All right, bud. Talk to you soon.
Okay, thanks.